Well, hello there and welcome to this super fast, I repeat, super fast introduction to Git, GitHub, BitBucket and all that stuff. This is for people who are in a hurry, so I'm not going to do any waffle or anything. I'm just going to show you the very bare basics that you need to get started. This is not comprehensive. It's not a fully concise and precise thing. It's just to get you up and running. And the goal is to do that as quickly as possible. Let's begin. So, right in front of me here, you can see an online shop. This is part of a thing, well, it's from a tutorial series that I made recently, how to build an online shop with CodeIgniter. And this is stored on the local host on my computer in the htdocs folder, okay? Now, let's imagine that I wanted to have someone else join in with me, or maybe I'm going to partner up with some other developers or something, okay? Well, the challenge is, how do you share the file? How do you have more than one developer working on something without everybody treading on each other's toes? Well, turns out that that is exactly the problem that Git solves, okay? And the way it works is, if I go into my htdocs and have a look at CI shop here, this is the online shop thing, and it's all covered in that tutorial series. But if you look, you'll see a hidden folder here called .git, okay? And inside this folder, believe it or not, is a record of all the changes and whatnot, all dated and time-stamped, at least the significant changes that I have recorded. And the really amazing thing is that I can use some very cool software here, which is going to work perfectly, and I can see all of these different, these are called commits, okay? All of these different significant stages, in this case of the online shop tutorial series. So right now I've just added an if statement somewhere, okay? But I could go way back in time to successfully got AngularJS up and running. That was the 26th of October 2016. Now I'm using some software here called SourceTree. I'm going to introduce you to that in a second, just relax. But the vibe is, look, I can click on it, and as quick as this, it has now changed, and I now have an old version of the website. It'll probably look exactly the same actually. No, it doesn't. It looks kind of different, okay? So do you see how I jumped back in time? And look, now I'm going to go back forward in time again. And there we are, forward in time. And if I refresh, there we go, okay? So the nice thing about Git is that it gives us the ability to record our websites at significant milestones of our choosing, you know? And the idea is remarkably simple. Supposing I was to go into a file and I'll just say something like add flash data. This is very small, I apologize for that. Add flash data. Now I'm going to save that, and I'm going into this thing called SourceTree that I'm going to introduce you to in a second, and you can see that it says uncommitted changes. So I would click commit, I would click this unstage thing, and I would say added comment. And look, if I do commit, there it is. You see, I've now recorded this significant milestone, and I can refer to it at any point at all, okay? So that's the idea. That's the kind of general idea. I'm going to do two videos. The first one is just going to show you how to do that, okay, as quickly as possible. We're not going to do any command line stuff, nothing fancy. The goal is to get you up and running quickly. So that's what we're going to do in the first video. The second video is going to be a couple more features, but still very simple. So let me show you what's happening, okay? I've just created a duplicate of the CI shop website, right? So this one I've called it finished shop, okay? But it's exactly the same except for one thing. There are no Git vibes going on here. There's no Git stuff at all. So I'm going to show you how to go from an ordinary website to having all of that SourceTree stuff and whatnot working. It's going to be really easy. Now, we could go all command prompt like, you know, like all of those Uber geeks, but we're going to avoid that stuff here. Remember, this is the super quick version. So what I want you to do is get a hold of SourceTree. That's the name of it, okay? So head over to Google and do a search for SourceTree for, I'm just going to do SourceTree download actually. Head over there and SourceTree is what you want, okay? So it's going to take you straight to a nice page like this. And you'll have a download button. It'll figure out if you've got a Mac or a PC. I'm using a Mac. Just download and install SourceTree. On you go. Alright, thank you very much. I assume that you've downloaded that, okay? Now, when you open SourceTree up, it's going to look something like this. You'll have something like this, okay? And I'll just delete this actually. You'll have something like this. Now, your vibe is going to be empty. You will not have any repositories to start with. But the vibe is we want to create a new repository. I'm showing you how to set this up on your local computer, okay? So you just choose create local repository and then navigate to wherever the thing lives. So let me just see if I can do that here. htdocs. And it's going to be finished shop, okay? And it's going to be Git, and I'm going to say create, okay? So it was as easy as that. And if I click in, you'll see something that looks a bit like this. Now, Windows users, yes, your vibe is going to look a little bit different, but it's all the same functionality. Have a look round. They're all there, talking about all the buttons and whatnot. They are all there. So check this out. We've got a whole bunch of what's called unstaged files. Now, an unstaged file is a file that has been modified or created since the last commit, okay? So we have to stage the files that we would like to commit. And I'm doing that now by ticking this box here. That's it, okay, so I've now done that, and I'm just going to say first commit, okay, and then I'm just going to say commit. Okay, and if we have a little click around, you can see I've got this thing called branch, and look, there is the first commit. See? And if I look and head in to finished shop, look, see the invisible folder? It's all happening, and it's all happening right there. So let me just show you how cool this stuff is. If I jump into, let's say, this junk thing here, and okay, it says about to work on bottom nav. I'm just going to say hello you. I'm going to save that, okay? So I've just saved or tweaked a file. And if I go back to SourceTree, do you see how it says uncommitted changes? I can click, look, I can even see the changes that have happened. It's all here. So I'm now going to tick this button here and commit it. So I'll say something like testing commit changed junk text to I just say to hello you, okay? Just a little comment to let folks know what's happening. I've pressed commit and see. Do you see how it's all happening now? And look, if I am in, everything is cool and everything is fine. But check this out. If I double click back to the first commit, it'll give me a wee confirmation thing. But look at this. It's taken us right back. See that? We can, yes, we do indeed have a time machine. Thank you very much. And there it is, okay? Now that is super, super handy. That's pretty awesome. And I think that is where I'm going to leave this video. This is the basics. In the next video, I'm going to show you some cool stuff and how we can collaborate with this. Please join me in the next video.